Hi everyone, my name is Cyprienne, and today we're going to be making the Cedar Ridge Scarf. If you've made my Cedar Ridge blanket or dishcloth, you know how easy this stitch is to make. This scarf measures 85 inches by 9 inches, and it's made just with single crochet and chain stitch. And working into the chain spaces makes it even easier to find our stitches. You need to know how to do chain stitches and single crochet, but if you're a beginner, give this a try. It is a really easy video. This is made with worsted weight yarn and an 8mm hook, but if you have chunky yarn on hand, you can for sure use the chunky yarn, especially because we're already working with a larger hook. So if you want to make the scarf longer, you're going to add more chains and keep it a multiple of 2. And then of course, to make it wider, you'll just add more rows until you get the width that you want. If you prefer written instructions, this pattern can be found for free on my blog, and you can also download it on Etsy as a PDF. And as usual, it'll be 50% off for a few days after I post this video, so it's a great time to grab the pattern if that's the way you prefer to work. Okay, and so I am just going to be demonstrating a sample of this scarf. If you're making the same length as me, is chain 180 stitches. The starting chain, which is the length of the scarf, if you want to change that, go ahead and do that now, but just make sure that you keep the starting chain a multiple of 2. So I'm just going to demonstrate with a starting chain of 10. So I'll go ahead and work that. 1. Now I'm using impeccable yarn right now, and it is a little bit thinner than the Vanna's Choice, but you'll see as we continue to work, it is actually not too hard. Okay, so then we're just going to be working a single crochet in the second chain from the hook, and we're going to do that all the way across. Okay, so at the end of row 1, you're going to chain 1 and turn. And then starting to work in this first stitch right here, you're just going to work a single crochet, chain 2, followed by a single crochet right into that same stitch. Okay, and then we are going to skip your next stitch, which is right here, sorry, and then into the next stitch, you're going to work a single crochet, followed by a chain 2, and then another single crochet right in there. Skip the next stitch and then work a single crochet followed by 2 chain stitches, followed by a single crochet right back in to that stitch. So work that all the way across, being sure to skip 1 stitch, work the single crochet, 2 chain stitches, single crochet into the same stitch, skip the next all the way across. So I'll go ahead and do that and then meet up with you. So I'm just at the end of my row here, and you're going to be finishing in that last single crochet. Now I am going to mention that if you got all the way to the end and you find that you are either short a stitch or extra a stitch, just keep going, because in the end you're not going to notice, and you do not want to have to rip out 180 stitches. Okay, so that's what it's starting to look like. So at the end of row 2, you are going to chain 1 and turn. And then you're going to start working into the chain spaces. So just have a look and find those spaces. You're going to work a single crochet, followed by 2 chain stitches, and then work right back into that chain space, another single crochet. And then you're going to work in the next chain 2 space. You're going to work a single crochet, followed by 2 chains, followed by a single crochet. This yarn is a little bit thinner than any yarn I've worked with in this stitch, and I think it's going to end up being actually kind of lacy, which is pretty. So all you're going to do for row 2 is work in all the chain 2 spaces. You're going to work a single crochet, chain 2, followed by a single crochet. So you're going to work that all the way across, ending in the last chain 2 space with the single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll meet up. Okay, so I am at the end of row 3 now, and all you're going to do is repeat that for 21 rows, or however wide you want the scarf to be. So you're just going to chain 1 and turn and keep working into those chain 2 spaces. This is what I mean. It's such an easy stitch combination to memorize, and a really nice stitch combination for beginners because it looks so nice, but it just uses basic stitches. I would imagine that for beginners, the hardest part working with the larger hook is that sometimes it can get a little confusing as to where to work your stitch. Make sure that you just pull those stitches apart, identify your single crochets here. You can see the posts here and here, so you're just going to work in between. So it's okay if you need to pull your stitches apart to find them. That is not a problem. The important thing is that you're working them into the right spaces. So just work in every chain 2 space for the rest of the rows. You're going to work a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. And there it is, starting to take shape. So I'm going to crochet a few more rows, and then we'll meet up and I'll show you how to finish it off so that the starting chain looks like this edge here. Okay, hope you're doing well so far. Okay, so I finished making my sample, and you can see that it is a little bit lacy, but you're probably surprised at actually how thick that fabric worked up using a thinner yarn and an 8mm hook. Now, if you have thinner yarn on hand, like a lighter weight yarn, I would go down to a 6.5mm hook because I don't think that it would work up with the 8. So we're just going to break our ends here. And you're going to weave in this end and then turn your scarf around and join your yarn into that first stitch that you made. And then you're going to make a single crochet, chain 2, and work a single crochet. Now, it can be tricky when you're working in the starting chain, so the easiest thing to do is just work above the spaces that you created when you were working your second row there. So just go ahead and work a single crochet, chain 2, right back into that same stitch, work another single crochet. Go ahead, find your next chain 2 space and work into the stitch above, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. And that's all you have to do along the starting chain. And then, oh, there's my puppy dog. Seeing probably another dog walk by. And then just fasten off and weave in the ends. So I hope you enjoyed that pattern. You have a lot more work to do than I do because I already did mine. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a thumbs up, maybe subscribe if you want to see more, and check out these videos here. YouTube thinks that you're going to like them, and hopefully you do. And until next time, bye-bye.